Hey Gemini, how are you doing? Let's find out. I've got a snowstorm raging outside, and I'm back to doing sign readings. I've been given a message to come back to them while finishing up work on my drawing book, my drawing workbook. So here I am. Sorry for the months. I didn't plan on being gone for months. But what I've done here, I've split the decks just to see if we've got some initial energy to read from, and then I'll keep the cards out, and then I'll shuffle and we'll start over. But I have Aboriginal Spirit Oracle here from Mel Brown. I have Susan Sheppard's Phoenix cards, of course the Morgan Greer's. I've got Alana Fairchild's Wild Kuan Yin. I've got oh, here we go. I'll get his name. Engracia's Divine Doors. We've got the Lenormand deck, the blue. And I have this deck of playing cards that I've carried with me forever. I'm very tied to animals, and so I get animal energy from that. And I also have parrots in my life. I have 3 parrots in one of my clients' homes. So right off the bat, we have, if this means anything, if this resonates, we've got wealth. We have Jaguar. We have Maya energy. Jaguar god. Okay. Ace of Pentacles, obviously. So beginning. But what's interesting, she fell to the floor. She was actually, I grabbed the deck and I was shuffling a bit, and she actually fell to the floor, and it's actually in reverse. So it'd be very interesting to know why we have such strong energy on this table for success, but we have a Queen of Pentacles, a Queen of Diamonds, Queen of Coins in reverse. So that's the question perhaps we get an answer to. We have the anchor, getting yourself anchored, yes, and that brings with it the 35, which gives us an 8 of proving yourself to yourself. It also gives us, that's the 9 of Swords right there, isn't it? Proving yourself to everyone else. So heavy mastermind thinking, as far as my spin on numerology goes. With this door, we have freedom flows. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine sacred reason. So maybe holding back has something to do with that Queen in reverse. And then we have dream your dreams. Trust that the desires in your heart are placed there lovingly by the universe. You are meant to dream of what you dream. Okay, that's just to get us started. Let's see if that actually resonates or if that's just an additional message, okay? So, because of course we'll get more into the tarot. So I'm just going to put those up there. I won't drive the guides nuts by insisting that they give it to me a second time. I'll keep the Ace of Pentacles in that deck though, just in case there's something they want to clarify. But we'll keep our door, keep the anchor, and that gives us something to work on. Alright, so let's start off with some mysteries. Let's start off with the doors. Get a couple of additional doors at least. Then we'll go into Phoenix and Aboriginal. And let's make some space here. Okay. Alright. Anything else? Oh, right off the hop. Okay. And I did fix. Yep. So we've got this sense of definitely a ruin, definitely something that is returning to nature, shall we say. Heading from inside to outside, but also there's a distance, yes? There's a lot, the emphasis is on there's a tremendous amount of clutter and debris, yeah? We're not right at that window. We're not right on the verge of getting out. We are deeply inside, and there's distance from the window. Yes? and it's framing the whole thing. Like it's making the picture. It's not like the picture would be better without it, you know? So that's something. Okay, what else? One more door. That's popping, but let's make it fly. Fly for Gemini. Okay. Whoa, nice. So, similar emphasis on contrasting. Yes, okay. Put those up there. All right, now to get a little more involved. This is not how Susan Sheppard designed the cards to be. She likes to split. Actually, she likes to select. Wherever she is in the multiverse right now, probably sticking close to her daughter. Susan passed into her next life or into spirit world April 19th this past year. Okay. Let's do a split. All right. Oh, you get this one. Okay, exciting. Okay. We'll dig into that. We'll dig into that a bit, and she reads for planetary positions of this card. I'll hold it up so you can get a decent look at it. Okay, and it's a number 6. So there is an affirmation coming through for you, because that's what 6s are as far as I'm concerned. Okay. I'll get the description for this so you can at least muse on the name of it. These is from her Phoenix cards collection, which is her work into past life experiences, but we could say ancestral energies as well, whatever you're more comfortable with, or origins on Earth, different areas of Earth and different experiences of different peoples. Yes. But yeah, 6 for me is an affirmation that you're on the right path. It's something coming through for you. It's a gift. Now, it's either a gift that you get or a gift that you give. So that's another question. And let's just see. Here's the book. And I'm just going to double check what the 6 is. Mound Builder Hand Effigy. Hopewell Indian Burial Mound in southern Ohio. Okay, that's where we're going to. And Susan is part Aboriginal. Which is going to be very interesting, because now I'll get a card from Mel Brown's Original Spirit deck, and Mel Brown is probably doesn't call it Australia. I'll dig into what she would name the region, but I love Mel's decks. I love all of her decks. This deck has extreme punk energy to it, I am finding. So prepare for me to fight with a bit to get to the crux of whatever the card is that she gives me through it, or her ancestors give me. Again, this deck is not meant to be shuffled this way, but I just kind of like, okay, I like doing it anyway. So let's see what kind of trouble we're going to get into. Journey. Okay, just think about that. We'll read it later. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's get into the Morgan Greers. Let's see here. Yeah, we've got that Ace of Pentacles. Recall. So let's see. And I do take the cards as they fall because my family tied me very deeply to having to redress, which is impossible. But mission work, Christian mission work over in Nigeria. The way it worked was that the influence came back my way. I'm just finding out that Yoruba is not a proper, it's a European Portuguese name for one of the people and the religion. So Yoruba is not an indigenous word, an indigenous name. But while I train myself on the real word, which is language based, I will say that the Orishas, or the Orisha, have been very much in my life since I can remember, because of my missionary relatives that went over and tried to drive the Orisha out of the lives of the people over there. So, why am I saying that? I can't remember. Oh, because it's not from there, but from Ethiopia. Geomancy, I know in particular, is the Ethiopian way of divining, or one of the ways. And that's where it matters, the pattern that things fall in, the directions that they fall in, have everything to do with getting the message. So I'm going to, that I've enveloped, they don't work with cards, obviously. Ethiopians, there isn't a tradition there. It's more with bones and stones, I believe, and some grains and sands. So I'm going to, but they've got me to bring that into the reading with the cards. So, and I bring in the astrological aspects as well with the direction of the cards. What is the story? Is it anything to do with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse? Okay, some near sideways energy. So something, we've got cross energy, but stuck energy. What do we have? Okay, more 9. The wounded warrior, but we do have 9 of wands. So that's Sagittarius energy for me. So there's something kind of stuck in a healing mode. Proving yourself to everyone again. We had the 9 of swords. With the anchor, yes. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. Giving us some clarity on this Queen of Pentacles in reverse energy. Okay. Let's see, what else? Oh, cards are just sticking. Cards are sticking. How are we going to move those 9 wands? Wow. Whew. In the upright. So you have 2 forces. They're actually in opposition. They need to be reconciled to each other. And this is what's pushing the healing, possibly the journey. Now the 9 of wands, like wands energy is your, your driving interests, your deep, the things that really are your own personal motivations. Yes? Okay? The fire inside you. And Sagittarius puts that out in the world. Yes, Sagittarius being mutable energy, 9th house, where your actions depend on the actions of others. That's what mutable energy is. But here we have fixed energy, Leo, 5th house energy. And of course, here's the 6 that we're looking at. So that gift is in opposition. Now, when a thing is in opposition in your chart, it means that what it's in opposition with, the 2 of them have to be reconciled together. They have to win together when you have one planet in opposition to another planet. So whatever houses they're in, whatever they're affecting directly, those parts of your life have to succeed together. So where there's, if something's fallen behind in one of those areas, then the other area is going to push to pull it along. Yeah, it's like a twin flame energy in yourself. So here we have Saturn energy, and we have divine timing here. So literally we have Saturn pushing you into through this achievement, through this portal, through an end and into a beginning, and from a beginning into an end. The question is it an end? Is the emphasis on an end or the emphasis on a beginning? And maybe that's part of the question, is to be able to see whether or not, which is the end and which is the beginning. Anything else? But these have to succeed together. So your career, if we look at this in terms of 10th house, because Saturn rules 10th house and also 11th house, it does affect 11th house. So we have your uniqueness and your reputation, yes, are needing to succeed along with everything in your 5th house. Now the question is, what's the emphasis in your 5th house? Is it creativity? Is it leadership? Is it... What do we need to find out about here? Let's see if we can find out anything else. What needs to be reconciled? Not speaking. Okay. Wow. Oh, squaring off. Nice little trick there. Oh, again, we have 2 things. And let's see here. Okay, so we do have a decaying situation with the mice here. And we do need, I did have a mouse dream last month, and I was looking into it, and there are a tremendous number of people on this. There's a really great website about animal totems, I believe, that is excellent for having comments, and a lot of people commented with stories of what mice have done for them, showing up as animal spirit guides. So mice are incredibly busy as spirit guides, very persistent. And part of the emphasis of mouse energy is for you to pay attention to the details, to stay focused on what's in front of you. Now that is squaring off. Look how it's in opposition to these 9 wands. And it is wands energy. We have a 7 of wands, and we have a 5 of necessary change. So we have the 7 of transformation. So we have 6, 7, and 9. And 7 is squaring off with the 6. So we have a transformation that's pushing. The squaring is what's pushing, right? And we do have an opposition. So these 2 things need to be reconciled together. They need to win together. But we have it up against these 2 things. So the question is, now we have a key and a book. If that gives you any idea of what area of life we're talking about here, where this 6 is concerned, yes? We do have career energy here again with the 10 of diamonds, the 10 of pentacles, and we have a 26, which gives us an 8 of proving yourself to yourself. Now the book in Lenormand is, there can be information. It doesn't have to technically be a book, but it could be a book. It could be writing. Yes. We're not strictly playing Lenormand reading here, so we're going to take it in context. And I was kind of wanting a very specific area of life. But if there's anything that is related to anything written, recorded, I don't know that there would be anything health related here. I don't think necessarily anything legal. I'm not sure. And the key. The key was, oh God, okay, so the master number 33, yes. And the Eight of Pentacles, working away at something. And see, these two are in opposition and they need to be reconciled. They need to win together. So the key to unlocking something, the mastery. I'm going to pause for a moment and I'm going to double check. I want to dig into if I'm forgetting a meaning for the key. Okay, so I just want to give credit to labyrinthos.co.com. Love that site so much. Yes, so the key is something that will open a new pathway for you. Something that was an obstacle is being removed. There's an achievement. You can open your eyes, heart to new possibilities and perspectives. Freedom from past restrictions. And achievement again. Okay, so if we take that into consideration with the mice, then that is whatever this was that's squaring off with this. And it could be information, or it could be a book. It could be the work, yes, that you're doing that is the key to this. Because we do have the career energy there. Okay. And of course, once we get anchored to where you need to be, yes. Is there anything else I want to say through tarot? Probably not. We've got a fair number of messages to get through in the other cards. Okay. Oh, just to give us one more angle. I want to say trine, but it could be sextile. Depends on. Right. And it came over here. So all of those wands. Look at all of these wands. Perseverance. The first person that ever spoke to me through cards used this card in playing deck cards. Nine of Clubs. This is exactly how I came into tarot, was through the Nine of Clubs card. So perseverance. And you will be, if you're worried at all about being advocated for, you will be, it will come through. They have your back. Tremendous faith required in Sagittarius. Yes, Sagittarius is going to call on you to be a very, very clear in your faith. Whatever your faith is, however personal, you've made it. Yes, whatever shape you've given it, you've you know, pursued your identity in that. Yes. Let's see here. Let's start. So the question is, do we have an idea about this Queen of Pentacles in reverse? Because we do have Yes, because we have this book in reverse that is needing to be reconciled. It needs to win with this key. The book is the key is the book. They unlock together. You win with them together. They have to work together. Without one, you don't have the other. And then you're complete. You get home. So the fact that this Queen of Pentacles in reverse is with this, because we do have the 10 there, don't we? Yes. So this is why it's in reverse. There's something to do. It's going to do with the fact that something's decaying over, something's ending over here. So we do have an end. So there is, it's like equal emphasis on end and beginning. As the wind is howling. Okay, so let's see what these doors want to say. Walkabout. You discover your paths in sacred walkabout. The trees are your people. The earth is your tribe. In indigenous lessons, you find the will to survive. Okay, well, emphasis on indigenous today, for sure. But there's going to be something even more about that. Interesting that they pair that meaning, that Andres pairs that meaning with that photo. Okay. Forgive and forget. A ritual cleansing of pain and lies. Arise and awaken. See a new sunrise. Oh, you know what I didn't do, but we'll do it in a minute. The wild Kuan Yin, we need another one of those. Now, where are the pain and lies? Are they with the 10 wands? Are the 10 wands over here with the mice? Let's see, what should we do next? Let's do... We had journey and wealth. Yes. I'm not focused on anything at this point. Okay. Make note of that. Okay, so journey and wealth. Well, let's start with wealth. No, let's work our way backwards. Let's start with journey. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll hold the card up in front of the camera. Now, journey also, I feel like, yes, that has to do with it. And the anchor has to do with it, yes. It all does. The world card has to do with it as well. But okay, let's just see here. A journey is not always traveling to different lands, but it can also be an inner journey. You have the opportunity to travel a different route, ending up somewhere different to where you expected to be. Journeys are always significant as they provide you with experiences and understanding you did not have prior to starting. A journey will help you to see things in a different light, from a different perspective. Whether you're about to embark on a physical or emotional journey, the outcome will be the same. You will not be the same person who started the journey as the person that finishes. This is a time for enlightenment, a time when others have control of your learning. Others have control of your learning. You'll be completely absorbed in the experience and will not even know the changes that are taking place or the lessons you're learning until the journey is complete. There's no need to fear this journey, as it will have a wonderful, wonderful outcome. Every experience in life is simply that, an experience that deepens your knowledge and brings you closer to your true self. This sacred knowledge and awareness is itself the essence of the journey. Okay. That's what she says, and that's what her ancestors say through her. So it might not necessarily be what I would say about every experience, but I'm not going to talk over her, right? Not right now. and wealth. Wealth is not only accumulation of money and possessions, but also includes experiences. Okay, what was I just saying about experiences, right? Okay. An abundance of such possessions is not a negative aspect of wealth, provided you remain thankful for the opportunities that have arisen to place you in this position. Through the experiences you have along your journey, you learn the lessons of life along the way. These are lessons that cannot be bought with money. She says brought, but it is bought with money and can only be experienced. These lessons are personal and individual to each person and define one's character. Wealth can be many things to different people. To each individual, wealth can vary, and it's not just limited to money alone, but can include an abundance of other things like health, friendships, knowledge, etc. Your situation will be prosperous and will leave you in a far better position from which you started. The key. Oh, nice play, guys. The key is not to allow other people to interfere in your decision-making process, and for you to make your own decisions in this situation. Your wealth and prosperity are definitely increasing due to a good decision you're about to make. Have the confidence to step into your power and take the situation in hand. Enjoy your newfound wealth. Okay, the key. Do not allow other people to interfere in your decision making. All right. Well, lovely. Okay, so now what I want to, oh, right, and then we have to remember that we had this door to start off with the freedom flows. Don't hold yourself back. Dream grand things for divine sacred reason. Where does that go? Where does that go? Does the dream go here with the book and the anchor? Okay. I'm going to let the Maya energy speak on its own through that image, and I'm going to read because there's a bit of reading to do. Okay, I'm going to read for this card. So just to give you an idea, Susan sets it up that there are different planetary positions for the cards, okay? In a reading that she created. I'll show you what the reading looks like. That you could have all these different cards laid out in this pattern. Yes? Okay? And they would tell you your story for the immediate or even long term. Yes? Based on that. So we're going to read for the one card in all of these positions just because it's too hard to tell in this regard, but it's so worth it because the cards are so excellent. Okay, so I'll hold the card up again while I read, but this deck is so excellent to have. I recommend, absolutely I recommend getting it. I got mine sent to me from a shop, Kenny's over in Galway in Ireland. I got it once I found out that Susan had passed. So the mound builder hand effigy in the sun position, and the sun position is how you see yourself, what your essence is, where is your strength, in what ways do your peers presently view you, and what type of energy do you currently generate. You're discovering wizard-like qualities in your personality and essence. Computers may be going haywire around you. Street lamps could flicker as you walk by. Premonitions may become a daily occurrence. You have always known you're psychic, but this is downright weird. The image you project now is mysterious and eccentric. Others are having trouble defining or understanding you. You're sending out mixed signals and a lightning bolt or two. This card choice indicates a temporary holding pattern. Be patient. There's a giant step forward coming soon. No kidding. So there we have those 9 wands in a holding pattern, yes? Absolutely. And we have the world pushing it. Okay. In the moon position, my shorthand for moon is it's your conscience. Okay. Now remember, this is the card that's a 6. So it's either a gift you're getting or a gift you're giving, or maybe both. Here there's an intellectual awareness of traditions, but the soul radiates an urge to start new ventures and follow them through to completion. It's a good time to take up old goals, but with new emphasis. This card choice gives you an ability to catch glimpses of the future. Okay, so those 10 wands, the 6 wands, the 9 wands, this is finishing up, absolutely. Okay. Your conscience. Now in the mind position, for me, Mercury is mind. Of course, it is for everybody, but also imagination, because the imagination is your mind. It's your problem solver. You know? What are your current thinking patterns? In what way do you reason or discriminate? How are you presently communicating with others? What is the hidden power of your mind? Hey, Gemini? Your mind is being tested. And you will enjoy discovering a new perspective. You are attracted to the unorthodox and offbeat, but your own opinions may be stubborn or fixed. I can't imagine. An idea is not necessarily good because it's different. Test your ideas first and determine if they're useful. Perhaps your mind is held captive by its opinions. Give up preconceived notions in order to arrive at higher levels of understanding. Give up preconceived notions. Okay, so remain flexible. The student. Okay, in the Venus position, how can you create a more beautiful life for yourself and others, etc., etc. And this would speak to how can I develop my creativity in aesthetic sense. So that we have a lot to do maybe with these 6 wands reversed in that 5th house. Yes? Okay, let's find out. You're going through a phase of being sensitive to rejection in relationships. In fact, you may be hesitant to become involved in a romance because you fear you may not be able to survive the ordeal. The Mound Builder card in the Venus position indicates you're able to project several different personas. Each person who meets you for the first time gets a different picture or impression. This may be intentional on your part because you don't really want others to know you too well. You're afraid that if they did, they'd automatically reject you. This is a false belief. You're as worthy as anybody else. Perhaps more so, since most people don't spend as much time working to enhance their value to others. This makes you a more conscientious and respectful partner than most. Okay. So the work that you put into being intentional, perhaps you have undervalued. How true is that based on what we're looking at here on the table? Especially with those mice. Now we go to the Saturn position, which for me are fears and boundaries and calculated risks. As far as Susan's concerned, how do you presently limit and restrict yourself? In what way can you better formulate your goals? What karmic memories and gifts do you possess that you can now teach others? What are the temptations of your lower self? And we have Saturn right on the table there, of course. Right behind everything, pushing everything. You like to work with others, but you don't like to have them contradict or disagree with you. As a worker or student, you know how to follow through. In fact, you will often persist with a goal long after a project has outlived its value. Your gift to the world is persistence against impossible odds. However, there are times when tunnel vision limits the outcome of your goals. Okay, so don't have tunnel vision. But where we have the perseverance card right there at the top. So what the heck? So she's saying you've been persevering after it's outlived its value. Possibly. So you need to back up and see how the project plugs into the new journey. Perhaps. Perhaps. Because, but again, if we go to that key, the key being that you don't let other people make decisions for you, let's go to the Uranus position. How can you awaken the genius of your true potential? What makes you unique and sets you apart from others? And of course, Saturn affects 11th house, right? Which is your uniqueness. How can you learn to integrate your talents and gifts through knowing others? What kind of friend are you? And here we go to that Six of Wands again. You're currently neglecting your own talents in favor of the whims of others. Dang. Okay. Make sure you aren't manipulated into doing work that no one else really wants to do. You're unusually creative and willing to tackle exciting projects. Unless you make your limits clear, you may end up doing everything yourself. The next time an idea is brought up, make sure that you stipulate that it'll be a group effort with everyone doing his or her share. If not, you may find yourself picking up the pieces and doing the dirty work for unmotivated associates. You'll never get ahead that way. Okay. Does that resonate? Let's go to Pluto. What are your current obstacles? In what ways might you be too forceful? How might you be better understood? What is the deepest nature of your psychic gifts? How can you continue to transform yourself in the world for the betterment of all? This card selection signals a period of nervous tension. Geez, maybe with that Nine of Wands stuck there. You may feel a need to pull back and discover your own resources. You're experiencing deep cathartic changes in your life that could potentially destroy someone who is less strong. You thrive on these new challenges. It's important that you shift your attention from your personal problems and confront your true self. Now is the time for you to shed outworn attitudes or ideas. All right, because the personal problems are distracting you. Okay, deep cathartic. Yes, we're always experiencing deep cathartic changes, aren't we? But the point being, nervous tension. Confront your true self. Okay. All right. Thank you, Susan. And there we look at, again, there's deep creative energy here, I know, with this card. Okay. And Ishtal, Jaguar Goddess, Maya, IXCHEL, carries this energy as well. And we have a 4 there of stability. Okay, so let's just get one last card. Let's get another Wild Kuan Yin to go with, oh, we didn't even read the first one. Should I get another one? Yeah, why not? Because that was an original energy. So let's just see. Is there another one? Yes, there is. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Start with the first one. Chinese painter. I'll put his information in the description, as always. Scenes are from Tibet. Alana Fairchild's deck, of course. Alana's writings, her words. Dream your dreams, yes. So trust the desires in your heart are placed there lovingly by the universe. You're meant to dream of what you dream. Right? And then I'm not 100% sure what this dark mass is, and I'm not one that goes with dark is bad and light is good. I am not one of those. The loving push. Sacred grandmother will nudge you when you need to take a step, comfort you when you become uncertain, and provide the means for you to move towards your destination, which is, of course, your divine destiny. When you feel the divine pushing you, leap. But the question is, where? Where? But then that will be specific to everybody, yes? That will be specific to everybody, because she will give you a very specific push. It is unique to your story. So, and for me, Saturn energy is proving more and more. Well, actually, Urania, Urana's granddaughter, Urania, is one of the muses, and it's Urania that's in the star card. One of the Aquarius cards, right? And so I feel like Uranus should actually be called Urania, but also I feel female energy around Saturn. So I would say this energy could very definitely be the Divine Mother pushing. That's what I feel. And the Queen of Pentacles, for me, is very strong witch energy, like good witch. Very magic energy. So there's a lot to go with that. All right. Okay, Gemini. Oh, and okay. Thanks to Roshan Sylvia. If you go to Roshan Sylvia's channel on YouTube, Roshan's the only one I know of who points out that Gemini do not like writing. Not the really tricky writing. Not that they can't do it, not that you can't do it, but you're more the communicator and to pin things down in words. So if you go to her video about Gemini, that's where she gets into it, and it really clicked with me. I've got Jupiter and Lilith in Gemini. And so Gemini energy dominates a lot of my activity in life. And definitely struggle with writing. Do it. It's a big part of my life, so it's probably a big part of your life. But to pin things down in words, especially the big concepts, when you know that your gift is that you are so good at adapting an idea and letting it grow. And tomorrow, the way Roshan puts it, tomorrow the idea will take a slightly different shape than it took today. So to write it down is very hard because it's so finite. So if that's an issue at all with this work, then what's the answer to that? The answer to that is to persevere, yes. Maybe it's just to know that that's a Gemini thing, that don't let people pigeonhole you by Gemini energy into saying, well, but you're a good communicator, so you're a good writer. Writing and communicating verbally are two different ways of enjoying communication, and they don't naturally go hand in hand. So if that helps at all, and you can modify your approach to your work based on that, be much more merciful with yourself. Something like that. Okay, Gemini? Much love, and I will be back soon.